everyone, it's me. It's Mrs McKee. I'm here again in my hut. Oh, that seems a long time ago since I was last in here. It's certainly a lot colder than it was last summer. If you didn't see all my videos last summer, this is where I spent the whole time locked in here playing silly what's-it. But here we are, back again. And some of you are at home and some of you are at school this time. So that's going to make things a little bit more complicated and unusual, but we're going to do our best. So what we're going to do the next few weeks, whilst we're still in this situation, is that hopefully you guys will have some ukuleles at home to play and the ukuleles from school that you can play there too. So what we'll do in the videos is we'll start off with ukulele stuff at the beginning of the videos, and then we shall also do some more activities about your new topic, which I believe is climate change. So we'll get to do a little bit of singing again, yay, and a little bit of work on certain compositions and pieces of music that are all about, not necessarily climate change, but earth and things like that. Okay, so we're going to do ukuleles to start off with. So you might want to pause your video, go and get your ukulele, and I'm going to show you how to tune it. Off you go. Have you done that? Smashing. So, I've heard from Miss Allen that you've been doing a great job learning your ukulele over the last few weeks before Christmas. Well done you. And that you pretty much got 4 chords done. Is that right? 4 chords. C? Yes? Did you do A minor? That's 1 red dot. Did you do F major, which is the 2 red dots? And then did you get really adventurous and try G7? Do you remember all the red dot and the 2 green dots? Amazing! That's really impressive. Well done you guys. Okay, well we'll be using those 4 chords later on in the next few weeks, but today all you're going to need is the F major one that we did, the red dots, and a different one today. It's a bit like C, but it's called C7. So it has 1 note on top that is 7 notes away from the one on the bottom. So that's why it's called C7. So it's first finger on your top string there. So that's the new one that we're going to learn this week. But first of all, we need to tune, don't we? So hopefully you remember what the names of the strings are. Yes? G, C, E, A. Do you remember 4 strings we play? We did that ages ago. G, C, E, A. My suggestion would be, if you need to get the actual notes to start tuning on, there is a fantastic website or a YouTube channel called Ukulelians. And the beginning of every little tune that it does, it has lots of little clips of different songs that you can learn. And practices that you can do, and the beginning of each one has got those 4 string notes to start off with. So you could use that. If you've got a musical instrument at home, use that. If you want to put a little app on your phone or your tablet or something that shows you how to, well, plays the notes for you, that would help. Okay, so you should know now that the tuning pegs are the things that change the pitch. Right? And you might want to have a little tweak just to see which way round you have to turn it to make it higher or lower. Alright, it'll be different on either side. I can hear that's not quite right, so I turn it up that way to make it higher, that way to make it lower. Alright, so I'm going to play those 4 strings for you, and hopefully my ukulele will be perfectly in tune, and you just need to check that yours is the same. Let's do it really slowly. Here we go. So this is our G, So play your G and think, does it need to go higher or lower? So you'll need to tune your peg up or down to match it. All right, so we'll do this with each string. So that's the G. If it's not quite right, pause and let's do you can tune it, and then we'll do the next one. So this is our C. Does yours need to go higher or lower? Pause it if you need to change it. Here's our E. And again. Pause if you need to change it. And then finally, here's our A. Okay. There you are. So hopefully they should sound the same. If you need some help from your parents, stop the video, go ask. Okay, but from now on, try and do that before you turn the videos on. Great. So what I want you to do now is to practice 4 strums on your F chord and then 4 strums on your C7 chord. Can you see? First finger on the A string. So not on the red dot, but on the string next to it. Okay, so we're going to do 4 strums on each of those chords. Just nice thumb brush strums. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Strum, 2, 3, 4. Change. 1, 2, and back again. 2, 3, 4. Change. And back again. F, 2, 3, 4. C7, 2, 3, and again. F, 2, 3, 4, C7, 1, 2, and then we'll finish on the F for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if you found that tricky, go back and just practice that again. Okay, so going 4 times on F, 4 times on C7. If that wasn't too hard, now let's do 2 on each. Ready, steady, off we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, F, C7. Again, F, C7. And last 2. Okay, again, if you need some practice at that, stop and rewind and have another little go. Okay, now the reason that we are going to be doing these 2 chords today is that we're going to do something called a tango. We're not going to strum. We're going to use rest strokes. So that means you play 1 string at a time and your thumb, rests on the next string before it plays it. So instead of doing a strum like this or a pluck like that, your thumb is going to rest on the next string before it plays it. Can you see? I'm afraid this ukulele is becoming a little bit out of tune because it's so cold in here. I think I could do with a new one for a Christmas present. Can you see it resting before it plays? Could you try that with me? So what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 times doing each string that is in the chord of F. So chord string 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to the first string again. Go back again. Back again last time. Can you try that with me? Ready, steady, 4 times on F. Again. Again. Last time again. Good, so you should be able to hear each string pretty much equally. Great, now we're going to do the same on the C7 chord. 4 strums, okay, 4 strings, off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, back. And again. And last time. Okay, so if you want to stop the video now, what you could practice doing is going from the F chord, doing those 4 things that we just did, and then going straight away to your C7. I'm going to play it for you now. If you want to join in, you can. If not, you can go back and do it again. So it'll go like this. Ready, steady, 4 times, go. 1, 2, 3. Again. Again. Last time. So ready to change to C7. Again. Again. Last time. And then you can guess what happens next. You go back to the F, which is more difficult because you've got to get there quickly. Last time. Back to C7, go. Oops, my finger slipped. And then let's see if we can finish on the F chord. Ready? Okay, so that's a little bit of something to practice. Because when I see you next time, we're going to put that with a different rhythm, okay? But using the rest strokes, going from F to C7 and back to F, but each string separately with rest strokes. Does that make sense? I hope so. Good. Okay, once you've done that, then you'll be able to do it with this different rhythm that will be a tango rhythm, a dance rhythm from South America. That's got nothing to do with our topic at all, but it's just a bit of fun. Okay, I'm just going to swap over my CD because we are now going to have a little bit of a sing. I know we haven't done that for ages. But I thought we could do a bit of singing over the next few weeks and do some songs that are all about climate change, global warming, water, I don't know, the Antarctic, creatures that are endangered, all that sort of thing. So today what we're going to do is just going to start with a song called Global Warming. You may remember this from a really long time ago. I think you might even have been in year 3 or something when we maybe did it in assembly, when we used to do such a thing, singing assembly. And it's called Global Warming. Now, before we start, what I want you just to do is to get your voices ready to sing the first few notes. Okay, so this piece is in a minor key. I think we have used that word before, maybe in year 5, when we were looking at chords and notes and how they're all built up. We're used to singing in major keys. We do lots of things in major keys. And most of the chords that you've been learning have been major, and they all sound happy. 1, 3, 5, 1, 1, 3, 5, 8, 5, 3, 1. That sounds really jolly, doesn't it? Really happy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, this song, I think because it has a bit of a message to it, is in a minor key. So it doesn't have that cheerful little interval between 1 and 3. It gets lowered, so that makes it a minor key and makes it sound sad. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I want you to get used to that in your voice. So what I would like you to do is to just hum with me. We're going to go from the 1 to the 3 to the 5 to the 3 to the 1. Okay, so it'll sound like this. You do it. Let's try again. Off we go. Well done. Okay, now we're going to go from 1 to 5 to 3 to 1. You do it. One more. Great. Can we put those two together? So we're going to go 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, 5, 3, 1. Off we go. Good. Now can you do it to an ooh sound? Really lovely and warm. Ooh, like that. Off we go. Ooh. Okay, if you're singing, by the way, I don't know if I said this, if you're singing at school, can you make sure that you're all really spread out? Not that we're going to be doing lots of spitting or anything, or breathing particularly well or hugely, but just to be safe. Really spread yourselves out. Great, so that's our minor triad, we call that. A triad is when you have 3 notes built on top of each other. And that is basically what this piece of music uses to make it sound a little bit melancholy, that sort of thing. Okay, so here it goes. We're going to start from the beginning. Global warming. And you can have a try in a minute. Make sure it's loud enough. Winter, spring and summer and autumn, wait for leaves to cover the ground. Snow and sun take turns to remind us nature's seasons circle around. Every year the winter gets warmer, ozone layers drifting apart, ice caps melting, sea levels rising, waiting for new patterns to start. Winter, spring and summer and autumn, wait for leaves to cover the ground. Snow and sun take turns to remind us nature's seasons circle around. I think we've got a few bars for it to twinkle away. Okay, so did you notice those 3 notes come a lot in the song? Ah. Yeah, and did you also notice that when it got to verse 2, the whole thing shifted up a note just to give it a little bit more tension? Okay, let's learn the words, although I have sent them to your teacher and to your parents via your teacher. So if you want to have a go at this with the words, that's great if you've got them already printed out, but if not, you can go back and have another look. Okay, so the little tune goes like this. Winter, spring and summer and autumn. I go first, then it's you. I'll do it again. Winter, spring and summer and autumn. Winter, spring and summer and autumn. You know how this works. I do it first, then you do it. My go for the next bit. Off I go. Wait for leaves to cover the ground. Wait for leaves to cover the ground. Can you hear those 2 phrases are almost the same? I'll do it again. Those 2 together. Off I go. Winter, spring and summer and autumn, wait for leaves to cover the ground. Winter, spring and summer and autumn, wait for leaves to cover the ground. Easy? Good. Next bit goes like this. Snow and sun take turns to remind us. You'll go and. Snow and sun take turns to remind us. And then the last bit should be super easy because it's the same as the previous one. Nature's seasons circle around. Nature's seasons circle around. I'm going to do those two together and then it's your go. Off I go. Snow and sun take turns to remind us. Nature's seasons circle around. Snow and sun take turns to remind us. Nature's seasons circle around. Okay. So apart from remembering all the words, most of that is the same each time. Can you hear each phrase is using that triad of minor notes as its basis? Okay, so we're going to try it all the way through from the beginning. I'll do it first and then it's your go. I go first. Winter, spring and summer and autumn, wait for leaves to cover the ground. Snow and sun take turns to remind us. Nature's seasons circle around. Winter, spring and summer and autumn, wait for leaves to cover the ground. Snow and sun take turns to remind us. Nature's seasons circle around. Okay, so if you need to do that again, have a little rewind. But why don't we do it with the music now? Let's see if you can make it really smooth. I know there are lots and lots of words to try and get out, but see if you can join them all together so it sounds really smooth rather than lots of choppy words all joined up together. And another good way of doing that is not breathing until the end of the second phrase. So after ground, breathe then, massive breath, but apart from that, don't breathe at all. See if you can do that. 2 phrases in one breath. Super smooth. Doesn't have to be very loud. Let's just enjoy singing. Haven't done it properly for ages. Right, here we go. So, from the beginning, we've got the twinkly little bit that you can hear. Hear that little triad? Ready? Big breath now. Off we go. Winter, spring and summer and autumn, wait for leaves to cover the ground. Snow and sun take turns to remind us. Nature's seasons circle around. So this is the part where it changes. Can you hear it's got more tense? They've raised the pitch and they've used different instruments to make it sound different. We repeat the first verse. Here we go. Winter, spring and summer and autumn, wait for leaves to cover the ground. Snow and sun take turns to remind us. Nature's seasons circle around. Okay, so you can hear that there's a bit of structure in this song as well. You've got certain patterns being repeated, certain phrases being repeated. And that's how it goes. So next week, what we could do is do verse 2, put the whole thing together and enjoy singing standing up properly. Now, I did say that you would be able to find the lyrics for that because I'm going to be sending your teacher and your parents a whole little file of various activities and links and lyrics and stuff for you to do, so that over the next few weeks these videos won't be quite as long. They might be a little bit shorter so that you've got time to practice your ukulele and time to do the activities. So I'll be sending that through, so that's got the lyrics. What it also has is a link to, I think I've mentioned this before, it's my favourite website at the moment, BBC 10 Pieces. You can find it on the BBC Teach website. You can find it on maybe the BBC Bite Size website. I know lots of people are using that at the moment. So what I want you to do this week, if you get time, it would be great because it will be a head start for what we're going to do next week, is to find the BBC 10 Pieces site, is to find the whole section on Earth. There's a piece of music called Earth. And there are some introductory videos and one long video of an orchestra and a children's choir performing that piece. It's great. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's pretty new because it's composed by a composer called Hans Zimmer, who you will have heard the music of because he is so famous. He's composed music for the film Madagascar, The Lion King, Kung Fu Panda, all kinds of stuff. He's a really, really famous composer. There's even a little clip of him introducing his piece and talking a little bit about how he composed it. So I'd like you to watch that this week. If you want to write anything that comes to mind whilst you are watching it, how it makes you feel, what sort of instruments you think are interesting, something about the choir, what comes into your head while you're watching it, then that would be absolutely marvellous. But really, just enjoy it. Just enjoy watching it. And if you can watch as I said, the little clips about the piece, that would be super as well. So that's sort of a little bit of homework for you to do. So next week, we'll start with ukuleles. We'll do another bit of global warming and we'll learn a little bit about Hans Zimmer's Earth. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves, look after each other, and I'll see you soon. Bye.